With this figure hitting deeper and deeper discount thanks to his toy-inspired redeco in Legacy United, why don't we discover if this version of the responsible pretender is worth picking up? Let's talk about it. Legacy Evolution Metalhawk is a decently hefty retool of the beloved Kingdom Cyclonus, bearing new lower legs, an entirely retooled torso, a new head, new wings, and new forearms. While I'll never say no to an opportunity to handle this mold again, I do find that this particular use of it is not as natural as its purple counterpart. It makes Metalhawk into somewhat of a chunkster, which I find strays towards missing the elegance of his original design. I won't claim to be some Master Force Metalhawk aficionado, but I quite liked him during his brief tenure as IDW Bumblebee's foil. My point is, I like the character, and something about this version's particular width feels off to me. I also find that the arms are a major step back from Cyclonus. The fun and clean transformation to hide Cyclonus' fist is replaced by a simple gap with nothing to cover it, and that's a shame. The wings are also too high for the design, being mounted on the shoulders and facing upwards. A simple change would be to shift the hinge down and attach it to the forearms, which would allow for both greater accuracy and further distinctions from the Horned Gay. Aside from the stylistic choices though, Metalhawk looks nice. The pearl gold on his core is contrasted nicely with the deep dark blue and vivid red highlights. The Games Workshop gray is a lot nicer in person, avoiding the usual trap of washing out the details. His head sculpt is pretty decent, having the same broadness found on the rest of the figure and that iconic killer chin. For accessories, Metalhawk includes his dual tail fin pistols and his triangular pipe sword. The pistols are mostly hollow but look good, and they have an obligatory ugly combined mode. His sword almost looks like an arrow with how its head protrudes, and the tubing detail on the crossguard is nice. As a final note, my copy's QC is rather subpar, with arms that drop at a tap and knees that like to fall over. He also retains Cyclonus' ugly knees that just never seem to look right when bent. Metalhawk's transformation is my favorite part of the figure, being just as excellent and seamless as Cyclonus and resulting in a sleek and aerodynamic alt mode. His undercarriage is very thin, and aside from the accurate but obvious gold underside, it's pretty subtle. The paint on the wings is not a perfect match for the plastic it accompanies, and my copy has some inexplicable stress marks on the back, but they don't really bother me. I do miss the landing gear baked in Cyclonus though, and this weapon storage is just hilarious. While this review came out very negative, I do enjoy this figure. This mold is always a joy to handle, and this stands as one of the better retools in recent memory.